Hey guys, how is everyone today? Welcome back to 5 Minutes to Fit. So I have a pulled pork recipe for you here. It's really easy to just throw it in the crock pot. I wanted to film it for you because it's that easy and you definitely need to know how to do this. Really cool thing about this pork is it's actually something that my family and friends and things actually now request from me because I'll bring it places or I'll serve it if I have any people over because it's so easy to do and it serves a lot of people. And every single time I make it, people are like, oh my gosh, how'd you make this pork? I want the recipe. And to be honest with you, I started out making it and I literally would just throw stuff in my crock pot and I never knew, how much amount and, every time it was a little something different with, certain ingredients the same. So I finally sat down and made it one time and as I made it, I wrote down everything that I did. That way I could try to recreate it and be able to post it for you guys and as well as give it to people who wanted it, like my sister. So anyway, so today I'm going to make some. I'm going to actually make about 4 pounds total. So I've got a couple friends having babies pretty soon. And so I am going to make this up for them in the crock pot. I will let it cool overnight and then I'll actually put it into a bag and freeze it for them and be able to give it to them tomorrow or, whenever I see them, but freeze it for them for when they have their little baby. So that way it's just some food, ready to go that they can kind of stock their freezer with. And if I get around to it, I'll hopefully film another video today too with a chicken recipe that I'm going to do for them too. But so anyway, long story short, this is a really great one for any time that you have to bring, a decent amount of food to serve multiple people, or if you want something really easy to be able to give to somebody already cooked for, anything, surgery or baby or, any reason that you might want to be able to give somebody a meal. Okay, anyway, long story short, so let me start out, let me grab all my ingredients. Of course, in the blog post, I have everything written out, so you don't even have to watch the video if you don't want to, but if you want to kind of just get an idea of how I do it. But yeah, I'll have everything written, all the ingredients written out in the blog post too. So if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you visit my blog. It's www.5minutes2fit, and it's the number 5 minutes to fit.com, fit.com. Okay, so I'm going to grab my ingredients real quick. I will meet you back here very shortly. Need my crock pot. Woo. So use the bigger crock pot if you're doing about 4 pounds or so. The smaller crock pot works well if you're only going to do 1 pork tenderloin. All right, get that plugged in. You can plug it in right away. Maybe, I don't even know that you guys are going to be able to see this as I make it. Well, you know what? I'll just leave that in there for right now. Okay, I'm going to put mine onto low. Let's see. Select. Okay, mine's on low. I need the bowl. I actually have the bowl I was just watching, so hopefully as I'm putting stuff into that, you'll be able to see that. Yeah, okay. All right, so I got my bowl. What do I need? I need my pork. Let's grab my pork out of the fridge. What else will be fridge? I've got my coconut aminos, garlic. Okay, so a fridge trip. I'll just put those ingredients over to the side for now, maybe so you can see them. A couple of my favorite things. Okay, so let's talk about the pork real quick. So this is a pork tenderloin. I love these things. This one came from Lidl if you have that grocery store near you, but I buy them, any grocery store has them. I do like the tenderloin. I think it's a little bit more price per pound, but I don't know, it's really easy to throw it in the crock pot. But so whatever pork that you like, if you've never done anything with pork like this before, just get something that says pork tenderloin. It's usually, this one's only $3.39 a pound, which is really good. But it's usually sold in like roughly 2 pound packs or 2.5 pound packs or so. So this one is 2.7 pounds. And I've got another one sitting here in my sink that I just got out that is 2.09 pounds. So between the two of them, that's almost 5 pounds of meat. And then I'll divide it into 2 portions. So, it's great. So also, you can use a smaller crock pot and just make one of these at a time for maybe your family. And then you have 2 pounds of meat done and ready to go. Okay, so I'm over here in my sink. You can't see what I'm doing, but literally I'm just going to slice the packages right open and throw them in. Actually, side note, before I do that, you want to put a little olive oil on the bottom. That's how I do it, just for fun. So, got my olive oil. Oh, shoot, I'm almost out. Okay, throw a little drizzle of that. Okay, right on the bottom. Doesn't have to be amazing, like perfect. All right, so I'm just over here in my sink, slicing open my meat roll real quick. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna move the camera so you can see it. So just literally slice it right down the side of the package. Okay, so you can see I made a slice, and then I just flip it over, dump it right in. Okay, watch the juices, because they're gross. Back in my sink, that package goes until I throw it away. All right, doing the second package now. Just making that cut right down the side. Okay, and again, throwing it right in. So usually these packages are, it's actually two. It's actually like 2 pork loins in that one package. So right now I have 4 pork loins. And what I will do for you, let me get them separated. I hate touching raw meat. So I don't actually touch it. I didn't touch any raw meat when I just did it. Okay, but what I'm gonna do now is just kind of place them. I'm gonna wiggle them in. Can I do that? Can you see that without juice falling out? Okay, so for now. So I'm just kind of separating out because there was the 2 packages, or 2 pieces in each package. So just kind of separating them out so that the 4 of them lay down on the bottom. Cool? Okay. All right, so squish them down in there. My tongs are now dirty. All right, guys, so now all we have to do literally is pour everything on top. Close the lid. Of course, put the bucket back in there, which I just don't have it in there right now because I wanted to be able to try to show you, tilt it and show you. But what was I trying to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So you will find some recipes online that want you to actually brown this meat, like the pork loin, in a pan first. Totally you can do that, but guys, that just takes a lot more time and it's a whole nother step and a whole nother pan to wash. So to be honest with you, I started skipping that step. And I still get a million compliments on this every time I make it. So I don't even do it anymore. But just in case you're ever wondering if someone out there is like, oh my gosh, you really should brown it to maintain the juices and all that jazz. For this recipe, it doesn't seem to matter. I don't think you have to do it. So totally save yourself that time and skip that step. Okay, so now we're gonna just pour everything on top. Now I do have this, these are my little notes. Can you see them? Ooh. Maybe you can see that. From what I did last time. So like I said, that will be all nice and pretty for you by the time this actually makes it to the blog. So don't worry, you don't have to follow my sticky notes. But I'm going to actually follow them now just so that I know that I'm doing, something good for you guys on video. All right, so balsamic vinegar is the next thing. Okay, so grab your balsamic vinegar. And I said if you're going to do a 2-pound, I said about 1/4 cup. Literally, guys, this is usually how I do it. I don't ever measure. I just drizzle. Okay, and I like to... All right, so that's probably about enough there. Okay, so this is called eyeballing everything. All right, next up, my coconut aminos. You will see these a lot on my blog. If you don't have these in your life yet and you try to follow a paleo lifestyle or at least a soy-free lifestyle, let me tell you, you need to get your hand on these. They are amazing. I love them. I'm addicted. Okay, so it comes out kind of slow, kind of like a normal coconut or a normal soy sauce, I guess. So you sort of shake it. Okay. That's probably good there. This, I think, adds probably really good flavor. That's about 3 tablespoons for your 2 pounds. I did hopefully about 6 tablespoons worth for this 4-pounder. Next up, brown sugar. All right, for all of you like super paleo people, you probably don't eat brown sugar. This is a whole jug of protein with a teeny bit of brown sugar. So you know what? I'm fine with it. When you couple it with a healthy meal, I usually eat this over spinach. Really, guys, I think it's okay. But totally your choice if you just want to omit the sugar, if you want to add, if you only do like a molasses, or if you only do like a honey or a maple syrup or whatever, you could probably use a little bit of that to sweeten it, or just completely omit it. And I think it'll still have really good flavor. But we're going to use the brown sugar. Hold on, I got to grab my brown sugar. Okay, now don't laugh. This is organic brown sugar. This is not what I usually buy. It's the only thing I could find at the most recent store I was at, and I happened to be out and needed to get brown sugar to make this recipe. So this happens to be organic brown sugar, but I'll be honest, I don't usually use organic. I usually use the, Domino, Light, whatever brand. Okay, so I gave you a measurement in the recipe, but I'm just doing like this. Just do a little over like that. It's coming out pretty slow. Okay, and I think for 4 pounds, that will be plenty. It looks like a lot, but it came out really slow out of this bag. Alrighty, that's our brown sugar over there. What's up next? We got brown sugar. Okay, so usually I'll throw a couple chunks of a butter in here, like a grass-fed butter. Y'all know I love the Kerrygold one. I usually will throw maybe about 2 tablespoons, so this would be double, maybe about 4 tablespoons on top. I am going to make this for, since it's going to be some new moms, they will be nursing, of course, and just in case they end up wanting to go dairy-free, you know, a lot of times new moms might experiment or maybe just straight up go dairy-free. I know for me, you know, for Gray, I went completely dairy-free for the first 6 months, and then, you know, for hopefully a second baby that hopefully God decides to bless us with eventually, I know that I will go completely dairy-free for him as well when I'm nursing, or for her or him, when I'm nursing him or her right off the bat. So anyway, long story short, this is going to be without that butter, but in the recipe I will list it and I'll put, you know, with or without kind of in parentheses. But anyway, so I won't be putting the butter in this one, but when I make it for myself and our family, like right now, I definitely put in the grass-fed butter into it as well. Okay, next up, garlic. So here is my minced garlic. I don't ever, literally never get whole garlic because that takes way too long to chop it yourself, in my opinion, and way too long to clean up, and I hate the smell, and so I always buy this. So this is definitely a time-saving trick. All right, so I just take my spoon, regular spoon, and just kind of shake that on top. Well, I'm almost out. Note to self, get more garlic. Okay, kind of just throw that all in. For 4 pounds of meat, it can handle a decent amount. Or almost even 5 pounds of meat, this will end up. Okay. All right, next up, salt and pepper. I got my salt and pepper shaker. This is the right one, right? Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna shake a bunch of that in there. I actually maybe a little more. Don't have to be too cautious with that. And then what else? Is that all I put in? Water to cover. Low. Should have been done. Pork loin. Okay, so I didn't do the butter. What I might do since I didn't do the butter is a little actually more olive oil. Although I'm almost running out of my olive oil here. So I just get a little bit more just to give it a little like kind of oil, you know. And then, all right, so I'm going to attempt to move my camera so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so that is what it's currently looking like in the bowl. All right, hey guys, I had to throw away some of that video footage that I did there because I actually panned the camera around to my house and then I've got a picture of Gray up, so can't post that because of my husband's social media policy. But anyway, so what I want to do is just quickly finish up what I was telling you there, which was just to add a little bit of water to cover the pork loin so that all of the meat is hopefully submerged under the liquid because you don't want too much sticking out. To me, it gets dry. I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but I always just sort of cover it a lot. And then it gives you enough liquid too when you go to shred it that it kind of absorbs it in and it keeps it moist, I think. You know, nice and good texture longer if you store it for like a couple days in your fridge. Okay, so anyway, my little guy's waking up, so I gotta go get him. But basically, I'll show you what I did here. So I just poured a little bit of water over it and then just kind of smushed the pork down into it using my tongs to just kind of get it submerged. I'm gonna give you, just in case I can't save it from the other video, give you just a little more footage. So it's now it's heating a little bit. But see, so most of the meat, the majority of the meat is underneath the crock pot. I'm sorry, underneath the liquid. And I've got my crock pot on low. And let me slide back into the film there. There we go. And it is just going to cook now for about 8 hours. Anywhere between 7 to 9 hours, really. It's totally fine. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I hope you really enjoyed that recipe. Definitely try it. Like I said, it should take pretty much, once you do it more than once, it takes less than 5 minutes to get everything thrown into the crock pot. It's something you can definitely do in the morning before you leave the house for the day or whatever. Also, like I said, like I mentioned in the beginning, it's a really great recipe for anytime you've got people coming over, you got to serve a decent amount of people, or, you know, if you want to bring food somewhere, you just grab your whole crock pot and you can bring it. Like for Mother's Day, just the other day, we brought this over to my sister's house, which is why she wants the recipe. Okay, anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. I will see you next time, and please definitely check out the blog, www.5minutes2fit.com, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and sign up for my email list on my blog. I really hope to get you guys more and more content that will help you out in your busy life so that you can hopefully stay healthy and fit and happy even in the midst of, you know, a ton of stuff going on. All right, ladies, and maybe any gentlemen who are watching, have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.